It's 33 minutes after 7. You're watching the AM show. Send us your comments on 0560 800,000. That's our WhatsApp number. We're counting down till the start of this year's Multi-TV Habitat Fair, the big one at the Accra International Conference Center. And so we're talking to most of the exhibitors at the fair. We're trying to get all the deals opening up even ahead of that exhibition. And today we're speaking to JL Properties. Eugene Nanayao Bempong is Research and Innovations Officer with JL Properties. Good morning to you, Eugene.
Good morning.
So how ready are you for the Habitat Fair?
Ever ready? I believe since you're in the market, you should be ready any day, any time.
Okay.
You're
you took part in the two mini fairs.
Yeah.
What were some of the questions that some of the people who visited your stands were they asking?
They were actually, excuse me.
Sorry.
They were very scared, if you get me. In Ghana here, we are more of the rich people who get the houses. So they were kind of, okay, then how can the middle class and to the larger extent the lower class also get affordable houses as well?
Sure.
So there were questions, the questions were more had to do with pricing and then how security-wise the place would be if they are to come in.
Okay. You know, after one of such conversations, somebody sent me a message and said, I earn 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
How can I also own a property? What's the advice coming from JL Properties?
All right. I always tell them that you don't need to be a rich man before you get a house. With this Habitat Fair, at least we've been able to say that we are giving 10% discount on all prices, and then 10% initial deposit. Then you can move into your house. And then the one thing that we're also trying to sell out is making it an investment avenue. You don't need to come in with the bulk money. Make sure you do the 10% down payment. The rest, you can spread it across the number of years that you can. If you can't afford the in-house mortgage, we have in-house mortgage that you can afford. But if you can't, I believe you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
hang on. So in-house is when you've paid a certain percentage of it, but you still get to move in whilst the rest is spread across a certain period for you.
Of course.
Okay.
So then you are in your house and then you are doing your monthly payment.
Okay.
And then if you can't afford that one too, we can also help you get an external mortgage. So we help you do all the search with the banks, whatever, so that you can get the maximum years you prefer.
Okay.
20 years, 30 years, so that you can also move into your house easily.
This is all nice, you know, like the way you said it, like I want to get a house from jail like today. But how good is the deal? Where are your properties? How easily can somebody get a house?
All right. We have properties across Accra. We have Weija, Spintex, Sakumono, Achimota, East Legon, and then West Legon.
It's like you're everywhere.
Of course. We are in business.
And all these places, there are houses available, like Weija, Sakumono.
Available.
Okay. What kind of houses are we talking about?
We're talking about we're talking about 3-bed, 4, and then 5. Yeah. All comes with its own package because we believe the packages will make somebody actually comes in from. When I talk of the packages, I mean what we give in the houses. So all houses are gated with maximum security. We have the private and then Ghana Police Service as well. We give a fitted kitchen. The fitted kitchen comes with a microwave, stove, name it, cabinets. You understand? So your kitchen is sorted. You don't need to even bring cooking utensils.
That's a plus. That's a plus.
Yeah, and then the one on how easily you can get it. It's not any big deal. Just come home. When you come to the office, we will sit and discuss business with you.
So where are your offices?
Our office is at just at the back of the new station, Achimota.
Okay.
Yeah. When you get there, you just give us a call. We'll make sure you are sorted.
Okay. So what should people expect when they come to your stand on Friday, this Friday at the conference center?
All right. As I said earlier, we're giving out 10% discounts on all our home prices. So we expect them to come. At least, you see, come and let's talk. The business is not done. Sometimes you have people saying, oh, I want to do it, but the first step is the problem. Come and then let's talk. Before you realize you have your own home.
Sometimes, you know, when you sit back, you think that, oh, these things are very difficult to get. Like they are talking on TV now and they're making it look like, oh, it's so easy. But when you come forward and you start a conversation, then you know that, oh, they can even do like a 2-bedroom for me. They can do a 3-bedroom for me. They can spread for me to pay within 6 months. Or otherwise, I can talk to somebody else who can help in terms of a financial institution so I can earn a home. Is this a good time to buy a house?
There's never a good time to buy a house. Buying a house right now is a necessity. When talking of Accra, in Accra here, okay, let me just give you some little this thing on our rent prices even in Accra here. Achimota, you rent a house for about, let's say, $1,000 to $1,500, $1,500 a month. So imagine if you own a home. Most of the rich people now just come and buy the houses and rent them.
Yes.
That's where the business avenue right now is moving towards. You don't need to buy a house and live in. You can buy the house, spread it across the number of years that you want, do your down payment, and then be paying it the monthly, whatever you're supposed to pay. Then you rent the house out, you take your money from the rent, you add it to the little that you have. So before you realize, you are paying the money out of even the rent that you are even getting.
You're a businessman. Does JL Properties know this is what you've been doing?
You see, that is why we even joined Habitat Fair. The idea that there is a very big discount. I don't know how to put it, but the research shows that there's a deficit when it comes to housing. Over $1 million. So the idea was to bridge the gap, and the little JL Property 2 can do is what we are doing.
Okay. So give us a telephone number so people can reach out to you and ask all the questions and then come to your office. Okay.
Before I do so, I would like to thank some people, honestly.
Okay, sure.
Most of the times, you see us dressed up like this, but the real job is actually being done by the masons, the plumbers, all those people. Honestly, I would like to say a very big thank you to those people. Without them, we are not here. The masons, the plumbers, and everybody. We thank them very much. In due time, they will smile. In due time, they smile.
Okay, so this is this a finished product of yours? Okay, all right. All right, so we'll see you at the Accra International Conference Center, but please give us the telephone numbers.
Okay, the telephone numbers are 0242918852, 0242918852, and then 0244208659.
That's your number, eh? The last time we spoke, you forgot your own number. Is that your number? Please say it again.
0242918852, and then 0244208659.
Okay, so I know that one of the numbers will take you to a very sweet lady. She's a very nice person. She'll take you through all the products that they have, and then Eugene will also help you as well. So what are your expectations finally from this fair? What is JL Properties expecting?
We expect to meet prospective or let's say prospective buyers, ready buyers, and even just come and talk. You see, the idea is come, let's talk. Before you realize you are there.
How much do I need to get a property from JL?
How much?
Yes.
It depends.
Okay, starting from where?
It depends. I don't need to tell you the amounts now. What I can tell you is come. It's affordable.
I see. I hear you. All right, Eugene, I'll see you at the Accra International Conference Center.
Of course.
Come prepared because we're driving a lot of traffic there, and make sure that you serve the people well.
No problem.
Convince them to buy the houses.
It's my job.
All right, Eugene Nanayao Bimpong is Research and Innovations Officer with JL Properties. How many more days to go? It's beginning Friday and it will end on Sunday. Don't miss it at all. If you miss the mini clinics at the Achimota Retail Center and then the West Hills Mall, please don't miss this one. It's a great opportunity for you to own a home. Even if you have a home already, it's an opportunity for you to buy houses and also rent them out, you know, run it as a business. Stay with us. We've got a lot more coming up right here on the AM show. Some 47 minutes after 7. Now, the World Bank in its latest report on jobs in Ghana has revealed that about 48% of the youth in the country who are between 15 to 24 years do not have jobs. The report dubbed the landscape of jobs in Ghana explores the opportunities for youth inclusion in Ghana's labor markets. The World Bank report comes on the back of the NDC's government claim that it has created over 600,000 jobs in the last 4 years. It is important to encourage self-help, which starts with empowerment. So we're not getting into the politics of it. We know what the reality is. To contribute to this conversation is Brian Jones. I'm watching. He's mobilizing the youth and young adults for the International Youth Empowerment Summit. So I want to say good morning to you, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
If you don't have a job, one would think that as a preacher, you would say, let's pray.
Yeah, okay.
So why empowerment?
Actually, I think that everything starts with pushing somebody to do something. Empowerment basically means to push somebody to do something that a person has to do, but haven't done it. So God just laid this on my heart that every youth, every young adult in Ghana has to gather, and we have to bring speakers that can really bless them and empower them, because I believe strongly that if the devil can attack anybody, the devil will try and attack the person at the youthful stage. So if we have to do everything is when we are at our youthful stage or in our prime stage of life. So that was the main reason why God led me to this one.
So people get encouraged, and then what is the expectation thereafter?
The expectation is to go back to your dream and do something, because I believe something that nobody is a mistake. There is nobody, everybody is created with an assignment. But people, example, this IS conference, the main vision is to inform, to empower, and to inspire. Some people need to just receive an information that will change their lives. So I'm believing that the expectation is that you will go back, and the information you have received, you have to go and put it to work.
15 to 40 years. I mean, can you be empowered to also go and, is it to work for yourself, or
yes,
to take your CV and go door to door?
Work for yourself. Okay, I think that there's something happening in Ghana that you hear everybody trying to blame the government. Everybody's trying to blame the government, but people can do something for themselves. There's a whole lot of prospects in this country. So, example, personally, I don't really encourage people that would want to try. I know people that do several things to leave this country to go and get some menial jobs outside Ghana, because there are people in London, in the United States, that are struggling. But if we could gather together and empower somebody, they can start something on their own. But sometimes it's because they haven't received the right information. That is why this conference is there, to help people to receive with the right information that will help them.
Okay, so who is going to be there to give the information?
I have lots of speakers coming. I have my senior brother. He is a prophet, wonderful. He has done his master's degree, has done his PhD, won the Google Awards in London. Wonderful man, Prophet Daniel.
Yeah, we've spoken to him on the awards, on philanthropy.
That's right,
like that.
that's right, that's right. And let me say this, a whole lot of people think that now if you try everything in life and it doesn't work, you have to be a preacher. But come on, you can still get your academic qualifications and still be a preacher. So I prayerfully chose him, not because he is my brother, but he qualifies to speak into the lives of people. Minister Sonny Badi is going to be there. And for the morning session, example, I have a speaker like Paul Adom Oche. People don't know the other side of Paul. A lot of people think that all what we see about Paul is good evening Ghana, but he has some wealth of wisdom that I believe he will be a good speaker to encourage people. Example, the young ones that want to go into politics. have Miss Nancy, a style coach that is going to teach people how to present themselves. Because even if you're a lady, you have to talk some way, you have to walk some way. It's not okay. You have to even dress some way.
Yeah.
So Miss Nancy is going to be there. Stacey Amwatin is going to be there. Jeremy of Live FM, Timothy Bentium, Randy Osaibediako, an entrepreneur, and Mr. Arnold Asante is going to be there. But a very wonderful surprise that is coming, that's going to impart our lives. Reverend Student Naba is coming. He's ready. I was with him last 2 days, and I just asked him that, Daddy, so what should people expect if I go on interviews?
No. Don't say anything. Just say this to Student Naba is coming.
Okay. So Reverend Student Naba is coming, and all what he said was he's ready.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is going to happen on that day.
Lots of love.
That is it. So I chose these speakers, and I know that they have some wealth of information, and I have lots of surprises coming that I would want people to just come and see for themselves.
Okay, so what's the dates, the venue, and do you have to get a ticket to be part of it?
It starts tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Each day has 2 sessions. The morning session starts exactly at 9 a.m. and the evening session starts at 6 p.m. Please, it's UK time 6 p.m., not Ghana time 6 p.m. All right, so it's Thursday and Friday, 2 sessions each day, and it's free.
Absolutely free.
Yes, it's very, 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 very free. And the venue is College of Physicians and Surgeons, just by the Ridge Runabout, behind the passport office, close to the National Theatre. Everybody should be there. It's very, very free.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is happening tomorrow, Thursday, 11th of August,
That's right.
and then Friday.
Friday,
and you've got 2 sessions, the morning session and the evening session.
Yeah.
So would there be personal conversations after the...
Yes.
Because I see that you've lined up a lot of young people, youthful people. So you can have a one-on-one with any of the speakers?
We have one-on-one. You can take pictures with them. You can get their contacts. It's just going to be interactive sessions. And after the morning sessions, if you don't want to go home, we have made available some slide refreshments that will keep you, but at least try and eat, no slide refreshments, so you'll come and, so.
Okay, but this whole thing is free?
It's very, very, very free.
And you're promising that Eastwood Anaba will be there?
Come on. I was with him last 2 days, and he's ready to come.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, what's the encouragement to every person who's watching us now to be a part of this?
I just want to tell people that just come and experience. I tell people that it's not just an event. Of course, obviously, when I came to Ghana, I've seen lots of people doing some youth summits, but this is not just a summit. It's an experience of a lifetime. Last year was the maiden edition, and there was a testimony that came. Somebody walked to me and said, Pastor Brian, I saw you preach, and I was just moved to do something that if God can use such a young man like myself, I could do something. 2 months later, the guy started his own company, and the guy is worth over $1 million. Yes.
Here?
Yes, I'm telling you.
Wow.
Just by receiving that information. So just come and experience for yourself, and at least it's free. So please come on time, be blessed, be empowered, and be inspired.
Okay, I need a piece of that word as well. I'll try and see how I can
you have to see you. I have to see you.
Yeah. But thank you so much for passing through with this.
You're welcome.
We should explore who you are some other time here on the show, because you're a young person, you're a preacher as well. And then I want to ask you the question of, is this like your last resort, that other things didn't work for you? That's why you're preaching. So we'll have that conversation here on the show. But for this morning, I just want to say thank you for being here.
All right, welcome.
Thanks for your time. Brian Jones Amwating, they're organizing the International Youth Empowerment Summit, which is coming up 11th and 12th. That's Thursday and Friday. There's a morning session which starts at 9 a.m. and an evening session that starts at 6 p.m. They're encouraging all of us to do something for ourselves, and it starts.
And we know that Habitat Fair is starting this very Friday and ending the Sunday. And from the Accra International Conference Center, we'll make sure that we bring you the best of the activations that will bring you the best information and the educative pieces that you can ever get. But talking about housing and all the difficulties and problems associated with it, the nitty-gritties or the various issues that people who want to perhaps undertake rent, buy housing or buy homes tend to encounter with landlords or those who tend to build the various housing units. And so we decided to also go into the archives and look at a piece my colleague Felix Akoyam did on housing. And we're bringing you this very piece. We hope that this also will generate or elicit a lot more discussions or views from you. And on WhatsApp, you can give us a lot more of your comments through the number 0560 800,000. We'll be grateful to have a lot more of them. But this very piece on housing by Felix Akoyam is up next.
Housing is one of Ghana's biggest development challenges. Ghana's housing deficit stands at 1.7 million, according to the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association. More than 15,000 housing units must be built each year for the next 10 years to deal with the problem. But with no strict policy to regulate the sector, the housing challenge continues to worsen, especially for low-income earning urban dwellers. In some parts of Accra, almost unimaginable affluence can be found side by side with nearly unthinkable poverty, a clear evidence of a gaping chasm between the rich and poor. This grim reality appears not to have eluded the two major political parties in Ghana, the NDC and the MPP. Hence, the two parties in the last 2 decades have come up with varied proposals in their manifestos in a bid to solve the country's accommodation deficit. For instance, the opposition MPP in their 2012 manifesto promised to build affordable housing units for rent across the country in partnership with GREDA. The housing agency will support the provision of affordable housing for Ghanaians eager to buy their own homes. Non-profit community-based housing development will be encouraged based on successful models in other countries. The governing NDC, on the other hand, promised to promote brick and tile manufacturing using the opportunity offered by the availability of natural gas offshore Ghana. Support the use of pozzolana cement in the construction of both public and private housing units. Set up standards for engineering infrastructure covering road designs, electricity, water, telephones, and fire hydrants to suit all communities and income groups. However, for some Ghanaians, both governments have done very little if you consider what they promised on paper. Nothing, perhaps, really depicts the country's housing problem more graphically than finding teenagers sleeping on the streets. But even more chilling is what I found in this slum, Sodom and Gomorrah, otherwise known as Old Fadama, the city's largest slum. Most people living here are migrants from the north who have come to Accra in search of better prospects, but only a few of them live the better life they seek. From dirty streets, choked gutters, and flimsy structures, poverty is all too obvious here. I have come to meet 17-year-old Nihad. Nihad is a senior high school graduate from Yendi in the northern region. She is here to find money to further her education. She has been living and working as a head porter for almost a year. Back in Yendi, Nihad was sharing a room with 2 people, her mom and sister. But here at Old Fadama, the number of people she shares a room with has increased significantly. It's akin to prison conditions. There is no mattress in this room. They sleep on racks and mats. More than 12 people live in this room. Oh, okay, that's how you sleep. I have been here for almost 10 minutes and I am already suffocating because there is intense heat in this room. Even with this fan up here, the heat is still unbearable. 12 people sleep in this room every night, and this is how they sleep. One sleeps at the other side, the other sleeps at the left side, the other sleeps at the right side, but you have to put your legs on the other person you're sleeping close to because the room is not big enough. And perhaps nothing really mirrors Ghana's accommodation problem, the severity of Ghana's accommodation problem, than the condition of young ladies like these Kayais who live here in Sodom and Gomorrah. And as Nihad explains, sharing a room with 12 people is difficult.
Sometimes you can get up and step on someone because you're a man in the room. The person will be insulting, shouting, even if that is too late, like 12, 11, 10, 1. And the person got up, the person will be insulting because you step on her. Sometimes if there is light up, we'll just be lying down here because the way we're men in the room, we can't sleep. We can't sleep in the room, so some would come out and some would be in the room. Even those in the room today cannot sleep because of the warmth.
Her friend, who has lived here for only 2 months, shares similar concerns.
I
thought there were many rooms available for everyone who needed shelter.
But
when I came, I realized that many people were sharing single rooms.
But Nihad and hundreds of other people are living here because they cannot afford the escalating and prohibitive rent charges in Accra. For residents in this slum, living in a decent accommodation remains a distant dream. This is Odoko, a very popular residential area in Accra. I meet petty trader Lydia Annan. She lives here. 19 people live in this house. They share the same bath but have no toilet, a common reality in many old homes in Accra. Lydia has been living here for almost 5 years.
Oh, a higher part to extend say be a matching would now we yemini a dear no. Any problem, Cassiapa. Inti Yama got I die in Nemuno, a man fall to toilet in the idea instead of toilet in so bang.
The lack of toilets in this house is a big problem for us. For instance, if you are suffering from a stomach upset at dawn, that can be a trying moment for you if you live in this house. People continue to dump fecal matter in the gutter in front of this house due to the lack of toilets here. There's a public toilet close by, but they keep dumping it in the gutter. And even at the public toilet, they don't keep the place tidy, so I always feel uncomfortable using it. In spite of this, finding the room in Nodoko can be a mountainous task. You can only get a room through an agent, and most of them are not trustworthy. They can take your money and spend it without getting a room for you.
So many materials, 700. 70 Ghana. Say 2 years in a tsunami pair, Namasama 2 years.
It's not up to me to determine whether we have done enough or not. It's up to the people of Ghana and the programs that we are putting in place. to help reduce the deficits. And so I'm not in a position to say yes or no to what we have done. Through government-private partnership arrangements with Angle Resources, we are also doing 10,000 housing units at Amasaman. And again, we have also collaborated with Sati Real Estate to do also 10,000 housing units. They have completed about the 500 units is ready. It's on the market now for sale.
It is very sad that today, as a nation, we have this huge housing deficit and we are not doing much about it. People continue to get married and continue to produce children, and our population continue to increase. Housing for the people is not going to stop. It's not a project where you call a contractor, give him a project, and he executes 1,000 houses, and then he walks away, and you think you have done something.